Okay. The brain is not merely an organ of thought. It is the compass of survival, learning to bend without breaking under pressure. In a world where physical ailments often speak louder than silent suffering, psychiatry gives voice to the unseen pain and healing to the unheard cry. Today, we celebrate not just a branch of medicine, but the wisdom of empathy, insight, and deep human understanding. Dr. Vasant Mundra, sir, embodies this philosophy, practicing psychiatry not as an isolated specialty, but as an essential part of holistic learning. With decades of experience, Dr. Vasant Mundra, sir, has devoted his life to patients whose complaints often defy physical diagnosis. From chest pain and breathlessness to unexplained gastrointestinal or neurological symptoms, he understands that behind many physical symptoms lies a distressed mind. His approach to treatment is refreshingly empowering, not prescribing drastic life changes, but instead restoring the brain to function more effectively through careful medication and compassionate counseling. As Honorary Professor of Psychiatry at Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College and General Hospital, he mentored nearly 100 psychiatrists over 26 years, many of whom have gone on to become leaders in field across India and beyond. His interdisciplinary contributions have been recognized with invitations to speak across a wide range of medical and surgical specialties. It is with great respect and admiration that we now invite Dr. Vasant Mundra, sir, to kindly come up on stage. Audience, please welcome him with a roaring round of applause.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. There are reasons for this light, and there are reasons why there is no presentation. I am an afternoon speaker, almost every conference, and I am just called to keep people awake. One of the reasons why we keep lights on is that people should be awake. But very importantly for psychiatrists, as you can imagine as a branch, we look at people and they look at us. It is about communication. And therefore, there has to be a method by which we can share, communicate, indicate to each other, okay, I'm happy with what you're talking, or I'm not listening to what you're talking, or actually I'm busy on the phone. My topic today is a little different from usual, but I thought I should do it here. Sion Hospital was my place for 25 years. I was here from 1980 to 2005. Where were you all that time? Not born. So, I am from the past. But 25 years is a big time in one's life to spend at a place. This is where even I have grown. My UG and PG was at KM Hospital, and then I came as an honorary over here in 1980. And this was the part of my life which was the most stimulating. Because for some reason we drew people who had only questions for everything. No matter what we did, our students were always knowing, but sir, but sir, but sir, but why this, but why this, but why this. It is so remarkable that when one has young minds around, that one has to be sharp, alert, watchful, and the kind of thing that we had developed in Sion Hospital, OPD 21, is something that would be very rare in most places. The students, the PGs, didn't like if we were giving an off. Okay, today we cannot have this because we are busy with this or that. Sir, we can do it a little earlier. Sir, we can have the class a little later. Sir, we'll wait. They were so hungry. 3 years they would spend, but the need was immense, and that kept our brains stimulated. A month back, I had my 75th birthday. And students from the past, now my students are all people who have been for 30 years as professors and heads of departments at various medical colleges, somebody at Jabalpur, somebody at Hyderabad, somebody at Nagpur, and they are all gathered together. And it was such a remarkable feeling to know that the minds which come to this place, Sion Hospital, have grown up to be heads everywhere and to carry on the culture of teaching, sharing that this hospital has. What is my topic today and why no slides? No slides so that people are awake, and no slides because the slides that I was making made me feel unwell. They were titles from newspapers. Wife kills husband and buries him under the ground and asks the husband's brother to come and put tiles on it. Wife kills husband and they fold the body into two and put it in a plastic drum on the roof, and the 8-year-old child informs everybody. All my titles were like that because that was my topic. That the human brain, how it has been working and why we have this. Now, of course, all these titles would naturally put off our mood. That a man has raped a 4-year-old child and killed her and thrown the body here and there. And we read this every day. We have now become desensitized to it. I thought it would be just too morbid to go on showing these events one after the other. Why is the human brain still like that? This is what I want to know. When will the brain evolve? Abhi brain ka matlab kya? What is the organ? This tissue in us, in all animals since evolution. Kutta, billi, gaay, bhain, sab mein. The function of the brain is only one: adaptation to the environment. The brain is supposed to assess the environment, produce a response which is useful to me. In every animal, गाय भैंस खड़े, शेर आया चल भागते, भूख लगा घास खाते, ठंडी लगता शेड में जाते. The brain is supposed to give me the best deal. अभी किसी कारण से brain produces responses which instead of helping me or hurting me, then doctors have to look at the brain. ये brain ऐसा क्यों करता है? And it is not surprising that it is yet so long to evolve, because it's a reasonably recent organ. We have been trained to believe that our brain, it is the most vital part and we'll be able to do, and we perform our whole life and my entire career is based on my brain. It is the most poorly evolved organ of the body. ये heart, lungs, kidney तो dinosaur time से आ रहे हैं. Polished by evolution, survival of the fittest. They got killed, all the dinosaurs died. These organs are from that time coming through generation after generation, speciality after speciality. ये खोपड़ी तो अभी अभी आया है. Recently, few 100,000 years from monkeys to us. It will still take a few 100,000 years to evolve. And till that time, we have to suffer the pain of this brain. What suffer the pain of the brain? We are evolving something, we are producing so many things, we are creating so many things, we've got artificial intelligence. We've got artificial intelligence because the human brain's intelligence is contaminated. Contaminated by those other centers of the brain, which does not allow us to be logical, rational, or, as I said, adaptive. For example, 30 साल पहले मैं घर में शादी करके आई थी. मालूम है मेरी सासू ने क्या कहा? तेरे बाप को अक्ल नहीं, बेटी को ऐसा भेजते. मैं मेरा हिस्ट्री लिखते जाता हूं. इन द एंड आई आस्क, थोड़ा मेमोरी टेस्टिंग करते. स्कूल में टैगोर का कोई पोयम था, नेहरू का कोई लेसन था, गांधी का कोई स्पीच, ठेंगा याद है? न नेहरू का याद, न गांधी का याद, न टैगोर के याद. 30 साल पहले सासू क्या बोली वो याद है. मतलब क्या पदवी दिया है, अबव गांधी. बहुत होशियार, बहुत समझदार आपकी सासू, गवार, अनपढ़. फिर भी उसकी बात याद है. अब कैसी है सासू? नहीं, वो तो मर गई. मर किधर गई? खोपड़ी में बैठी है, खोली देकर रखा है, भाड़ा नहीं, कुछ नहीं, परमानेंट टेनेंट, पेट्रोल खा रही है. Friends, how is it that the biggest defect is that we cannot get rid of memories. We have methods of making memories. Everybody learns how to get this by heart. I must remember this line. I'll make this anagram. I'll make this rule. I'll write down everything, and I've got all these 10 points, and one is missing. I'll do it again. We know how to create memories. We have no method of forgetting. Nobody has taught us, though we have created such great phones. All of you will get Happy New Year, Happy Diwali, Happy Trinity, and you have to delete. नहीं तो memory down, battery down. We all delete all the time. Anybody who would have made a phone where you can't delete, it will never work. Why can I not delete? Where is that method which should have come to me to be able to delete? If we can understand how immensely disturbing this method of our brain is, that it can be stocked, it can be piled up, it can go on collecting, and it has no way of emptying. It consumes energy, it consumes our capacity, but it also colors everything that I do in my adaptation. Everything that I try is colored by this stuff which I never needed to keep. Now the mistake is not ours. Mistake किसका है? Amitabh Bachchan. Many of y'all are too young, y'all might not have seen that movie, or some of you might have seen on it. दीवार बोल के पिक्चर था. बाप को गुंडे ने मार दिया, एक लड़का शशि कपूर पुलिसमैन बनता है, एक लड़का अमिताभ बच्चन गुंडा बनता है. पूछो उस आदमी को जिसने मेरे हाथ पे लिखा था तेरा बाप चोर है. 2.5 घंटे का पिक्चर वो गुंडे को मारने को. रॉन्ग मिस्टर बच्चन, रॉन्ग. भाड़ में गया किसने लिखा था, ढक दो जिंदगी जियो. We can't forget, we can't delete, we can't get it out. We wait for this brain to learn adaptation. This brain, tragically, the biggest thing that this brain has to adapt to is a whole bunch of other brains. We are one species which is so immensely together, dependent, needy, continuously taking the help of each other. Most animals, they would hunt in a pack of 8-10 animals. Lions, except male lion would be always alone, male elephant would be alone, female with their group of. Bees, flies, they do hover together, they do all their work together. But with all classification, these are the worker bees, this is the queen bee, she is going to deliver the babies, and the rest are to collect the honey. But human beings, very, very near in terms of history, have all had to come together at such a mass scale. We used to have tribes, we used to have small groups which would survive, live distant from each other, protecting themselves against each other. It developed more and more. Things got shared, common languages brought people into this one group, religions. But this kind of evolution, where so many people in this hall, and my khopadi has to adapt to everybody around, each with the individual brain and each with just a limited law. जैसे इन्होंने बोल दिया सब नीचे आओ, ठीक है, everybody has to follow that. But the rest of us have our own brains, our own approach, and to learn to adapt to it would take so much time. It would be so much easier if these rules, these regulations could have come in evolution. Ki mera khopdi as it evolved would be able to pick up these things, to be able to switch off, to be able to delete. Various philosophical, spiritual practices teach us that. ये मोह है, ये माया है, ये क्रोध है, ये भूल जाओ. Many such things are taught continuous. छोड़ यार, जाने दे, मरने दे. but very few of us can do it. Forgetting comes at my age, where we forget automatically. Now we don't remember keys kidhar rakha tha. We don't remember the day, date. We don't remember faces, we don't remember names. But it's a little late. It would be so much easier if I didn't have to remember वो boss को मैंने क्या बोला था और उसने मेरे को क्या किया, and that examiner did this and that. Will we evolve? Will we be able to evolve? But so what if the brain doesn't evolve? What does it matter? It matters for us as doctors. And I'm talking doctors, not psychiatrists. The majority of illnesses which we are going to be loaded with. Remember, 200, 300 years back, the average expectancy, age expectancy for humans was 30 years. The average age expectancy 200, 300 years back was 30 years. Over these years, we have doubled it, increased it. Today in India, the average expectancy is 70 years. We have achieved so much, that means we have adapted. We have changed. We have altered the situation that we are able to survive longer. But are we able to survive happier? The length of the age, that kind of evolution where we have managed to control, medical science, we have controlled diseases, we have prevented, we have vaccinated. It is not about that we had that fresh air, now we don't have, it is killing us. All these processed foods are killing us. अरे उस समय fresh air था, there was no processed food and people were dying. What has saved humanity is, yes, that we have made a great advance in terms of understanding disease, in understanding who is the enemy, of being able to defend ourselves against lions and tigers, of being able to produce a life which periodically gets altered when there are wars, when number of people get killed, when number of people get hurt, as well as occasionally natural calamities. So, we have evolved. Systems have evolved. The heart, अभी वो डायनासोर टाइम का हार्ट है, बट स्टिल उसमें बाईपास लगता है. यस डॉक्टर शाह, बाईपास लगता है. That means even after evolution, organs do get disordered. Brain को time लगने वाला है. Till that time can I learn how not to? But इतना क्या तकलीफ brain कट. Friends, soon, by the time you all are grown up and you all become something, the disorders that mostly we will have to handle are lifestyle disorders. The struggle today about obesity is so huge, so huge. तो diabetes वाला बोलता है, hypertension वाला बोलता है, cancer वाला बोलता है, everybody is talking of food. We were in short supply, there would be starvation, we were struggling to eat, people were running to try and get food. These are all our ancestors 100 years back. Today we are struggling not to eat. ऐसा हुआ कैसे? How did this human brain evolve that we eat more? Hunger center, satiety center, खाने का कैसे? The human brain messed us up. Because food became the currency of emotion. Today, I went to the dean's room to say hello. And they said, कुछ तो खाना पड़ेगा. There was lunch going on. I said, no, I've just had my food. No, कुछ तो खाना पड़ेगा. I negotiated, is that right or wrong? Shah Saab? Yes. I negotiated and I had a little Shrikhand. Because that is the method of conveying emotion. The only way for Sion Hospital to tell me you are welcome is Shrikhand khao. Everywhere food is the currency of emotion. How remarkable. It was meant to supply carbohydrates, fats, It was meant to make me healthy. It was supposed to help my muscles, my tissues. Today, this is the only way. If I come to your place, नहीं चाह तर गया, नहीं मैंने चाह वगैरह गरज नहीं गया असं कसं अल्लाह मेरे घर में मिलता है चाय यार, तेरे इधर आके काय को चाय पीने का है? What do you think? I can't afford tea at home or what? कुछ तो खाना पड़ेगा, जबरदस्ती खाना पड़ेगा, डेट पे ले जाएंगे। अभी डेट पे क्या करने का है? Why the dinner? We are going out तो पहले खाने का, घर से खा के आओ, then we can do the rest of the stuff. How remarkable that we have now professions which tell us, don't eat this, don't try and eat this, do it only twice a day, do it only once. We have matters of pride and we have people who stand up and 5 kilos gone. Ayla, why did it come on? Because human brain. We need to convey emotion, and the only way we chose to convey emotion is khana. Whoever comes to your house comes with mithai. If you celebrate birthday, sabko khilao. Everywhere it is about feed. Couldn't our brain find some other way of conveying happiness? But what does it matter? खाना तो क्या तकलीफ क्या है? तकलीफ है. The whole list of medical disorders is now only about this. Don't eat this food, don't eat that food, don't eat taste. And yes, we seduce people with food. This is Chinese. This is Korean. Now Italian. Now we are presenting this. This is pure. Suppose we were to advertise other biological needs like this. Abhi, khana is a biological need. Suppose we start advertising sex, which is just like khana. It is one more bhook. Sex. Come for Italian sex. Our place provides you Bangkok sex. How long would you allow it? Government toot padta. अरे बाबा, hunger and sex साथ में in the primary brain, primitive brain में साथ में है. One we have allowed to flower, arise, pursue. There are some safe things which we allow upfront because we like variety. जैसे कपड़े, ये कलर पहनेंगे, ये ड्रेस पहनेंगे. पैंट्स पहले ढीले थे, फिर टाइट हुए, फिर फट गए, फिर वापस फिर. Now there is very little you can do. Variation करके क्या कर लेंगे? टाइट करो, ढीला करो, अभी ठीक है, फाड़ दो, कल दिन दूसरा कलर लगा दो. बट ठीक है, अलाउड कि ये करने से तकलीफ क्या है? ठीक है, ज्यादा कॉटन ग्रो करना पड़ता है, बट बेसिकली नथिंग एल्स. When would be able to get out from the need to get conviction? I am a good person, I love you, I care for you, you are a good person, and not do it via food. Next time जब आऊं इधर, no श्रीखंड. Every aspect of life, because all our behaviors are based on the brain. If every action of mine is continuously about, I can't forget this, इसको एक दिन देख लूंगा, मेरे को मालूम है उसने क्या बोला था. Where I am able to give such importance to everybody. I teach my patients vaccination. Vaccination क्या होता है? डॉक्टर जाते हैं, इंजेक्शन लगाते, 2 दिन का बुखार भी देते. क्यों? क्योंकि अब कोविड आजू बाजू हम नहीं रोक सकते. आपको नहीं होगा, उसके लिए आपको इंजेक्शन दिया. रोग प्रतिबंधक शक्ति, इम्यूनिटी. खोपड़ी को इम्यूनिटी देने के लिए, because confronting so many brains all around me, how do I give myself immunity? It doesn't matter. बहू पोहा बना के सासू जी के पास जाती. सासू जी बोलते हैं, ये क्या है, इसमें नमक की नहीं, कैसे बनाया है? मैं कुछ भी बनाऊं तो पसंद नहीं आता है, बेटी बनाती है तो अच्छा लगता है, घर में कोई इज्जत ही नहीं मेरी, कभी कुछ बनाऊंगी नहीं। और नहीं अच्छा लगा, सॉरी नेक्स्ट टाइम आप सिखाना। हाँ, एंड मन में सोच लेने का, सासू जी को नमक का टेस्ट आया नहीं, कोरोना हुआ है। हाउ आई इंटरप्रेट, हाउ आई गेट हर्ट डिपेंड्स ऑन माई सॉफ्टवेयर. When will I become immune? When will I stop getting insulted? When will I stop getting hurt? Otherwise, मैंने मैसेज भेजा, ये लोग ने कोई जवाब ही नहीं दिया, just chatting among each other. I have sent this, nobody is asking. Today I wore this nice dress, nobody said anything, nobody said they liked. I don't know whether they don't like it or like it. She, today my hair is not coming good, I don't know, will it work? Or she, they do it so well, I don't know how I don't do it. Everything matters. Everybody's opinion matters. मतलब मैं टीवी और सबके हाथ में रिमोट, वो बटन दबाते हैं, हम लाल, उसने बटन दबाया हमें पीला। अरे फ्रीडम इज कुछ भी बटन दबाओ, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता। इम्यूनिटी, द ब्रेन नीड्स इम्यूनिटी, वी हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू गेट इट। वेरियस इन्फेक्शन, वेरियस इलनेसेस, we have produced immunity. अभी वो पुणे वाले कब बनाएंगे? Give us something where we can cease to be vulnerable. मेरा brain has to evolve, has to be able to reach a level to be able to decide important, not important, भाड़ में गया. Depending on our upbringing, depending on our background, depending on our genes, we are less or more vulnerable. Will it ever be possible not to be vulnerable? Will it ever be possible? You saw that video on the, somebody who had taken the thing, some guy on the road stabs a girl, stabs a girl, stabs a girl, and then he falls on her and hugs her and holds her. This was his solution to his emotion. This was his solution to her behavior, whatever she had done, whether she had broken up or whatever. Routinely in life, doesn't our brain have the intellect to be able to judge? It has the intellect, but it doesn't have that center of the brain, the emotional center of the brain, immunized. So many girls whom I see, this guy dumped me, this guy ditched me, he was unfaithful, I don't want to be with him, radu, and all. Better to die, better to die. I asked them, India, what is excess in India? What is excess in India? Now they are not doctors, so they don't know. They say, I don't know, heat, clouds, rain, men. There are parts of India where there are 100 male births for 75 female births. There will never be a shortage of men. वो चला गया, इतना बड़ा परसेंटेज बाकी है। नहीं, पर वो that the human brain, and we have glorified it. प्यार, एक बाजू, वो मेरा। ह्यूमन ब्रेन कहां तक पहुंचा दिया? Reached what level? And we have been trained in that. We have been taught that. We have glorified that. And then yes, if I can't have it, then what's the use? I'm useless, I'm hopeless. अंदर सासू जी बैठा है, टक 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 टक. I managed to find fault with everything I do. No, the answer was good. I gave a proper answer, but you know, when they asked that question, but I passed, I got the marks, but still I think I should have. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But that examiner, why he was talking like that? Why? अरे उसका खोपड़ी है, उसका neurotransmitter है. Everybody is a खोपड़ी with neurotransmitters. When will I learn that इसका शुगर ऊंचा नीचा होता है, इसका ब्लड प्रेशर ऊंचा नीचा होता है, इसका नॉरएपिनेफ्रिन सेरोटोनिन ऊंचा नीचा होता है? And based on that, everybody has their talk, their behavior, their gestures. कल मूड में नहीं था, आज मूड में है. Whenever any colleague of yours, suppose the girl next to you, she is irritable, upset, क्या करने का? She doesn't want me. Whenever I say, she doesn't answer. I don't know why she's like that with me. सोचने का, estrogen, progesterone. Is it that time? पढ़े तो है ना, होता है, लिखेला है. But we never think of them as estrogen, progesterone. She's purposely doing like that. I know it. When she wants, that time she comes. But otherwise, if I need anything, she's always like that. She will just go away. To be objective, to be able to understand our brain, their brain, that till such time as evolution takes place, who knows when? Because now artificial intelligence bana diya. Why? Because this human brain's limitations, we don't seem to ever think that we'll be able to resolve. The world is full of people, मेरा धंधा तो उस पर ही चलता है. असं झालं तर तसं झालं तर हे असं होईल का ते असं होईल का पण मला असं वाटतंय. An organ which has great capacity to imagine the future. कल्पना करने की शक्ति बहुत है. It has very little capacity to predict the future. क्या होगा वो कहने की शक्ति बहुत लिमिटेड है. क्या हो सकता है वो सोचने की शक्ती बहुत आहे. पण काय करायचं, विचार येतात ना, डाऊट्स येतात ना. मला असं वाटतं, आता मी नाही विचार केलं तर कोण करणार, सगळी जबाबदारी तर माझ्यावरच आहे. सबको बोलता हूं, we are human beings who have come together. We live in communities, families, societies. अभी अपना खोपड़ी will take time to evolve. Till that time, use the accessory brain. Just as अपना हाथ टूट गया है, दूसरे के हाथ से खाते. अपना आंख का ऑपरेशन हुआ है, दूसरे के कंधे पर हाथ रख के चलते. अपना खोपड़ी का प्रॉब्लेम आहे दुसरं. मला असं वाटतं, तुला काय वाटतं? नाही, तिला एवढं कळत नाही आणि ती एवढा विचार करत नाही आणि त्याला डिटेलमध्ये समजत नाहीये आणि ती काय सिरियसली घेत नाहीये. And I tell them, this is health. सिरियसली घेत नाहीये, तेवढं लक्ष देत नाहीये, तेवढं त्याला कळत, that is health. The खोपड़ी which has to be alert, सावधान, खतरा, डेंजर, धोखा. वॉचमैन को 24 hours a day, 7 days a week ड्यूटी पर रखोगे तो थक जाएगा. Can my brain learn to trust? Can I believe कि इनको भी समझ है, इनको भी अक्कल है. I tell so many husbands, मेरा हार्ट मेरे को वाटतंय, मला जरा असं धक्क झालं, मला जरा असं दुखलं, मला जरा इथे जा. तुम्हीच काळजी करतात, हिला काही वाटत नाही. जैसे हाँ, I said तुमको कुछ हुआ तो उसको प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है. काळजी घ्यायची, टेंशन करायची तर हिची करा. उसको कुछ हुआ तो तुमको भारी पड़ेगा, तुमको कुछ हुआ तो लेट गए, संभालो. बट देन द आन्सर इज नाही, त्याला समजत नाही, तेवढा कळत नाहीये. आणि ते कळत नाही, समजत नाही, मग पुरुषांना हार्ट अटॅक येतोच. दे आर मोर कार्डियक इव्हेंट्स इन मेन देन विमेन इन मोस्ट कल्चर्स. This ability to be able to switch off, the brain to evolve. I give them examples. 5000 साल पहले रणभूमि के बीच में उतर गया था, 18 चैप्टर का भाषण मारा था. सुना है आपने? Many of them, 18 चैप्टर भाषण. Then many of them come around, हाँ. सुना है. क्या बोला था उसने? पहले भी मैं ही था, आगे भी मैं ही हूं, तू तेरा काम कर, क्या होगा वो सोचने का वो मेरा है. तब से हम पढ़ रहे 5000 साल हो गए, पर अभी तक खोपड़ी में बैठा नहीं है कि he has said the whole business, this whole thing that we create, human beings have made. अभी गणपति आएगा, बैठे, प्रसाद चढ़ाने का, दिया जलाने का, आरती गाने का, फूल चढ़ाने का 1% का तो विश्वास नहीं है. अभी प्रसाद चढ़ाया तो उसका जबाबदारी नाही ना. ते ठीक आहे, देव असतो, गणपती असतं, पण शेवटी आपल्याला then what is the purpose of all this that we have created, the techniques, the technology, whatever we have created to be able to switch off? When will I develop the capacity to forget? When will I get the capacity, like this little phone, to be able to delete? Till such time, we as doctors are happy. Because सच करेंगे, everybody switch off करेंगे, delete करेंगे, तो अपना धंधा बंद हो जाएगा. If all human brains settle down, प्यार खाने से नाही मिळत आहे. सामने वाली देखो मी किती चांगलं केलंय, त्यांना काही आवडलंच नाही. आवडलं नाही, तुझा स्वभाव, तुझं बिहेवियर हे महत्वाचं आहे. ते जेवण तयार केलं ते महत्वाचं नाही आहे. बट एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी स्पोकन विद द लैंग्वेज ऑफ फूड. एक दूसरे को खिलाने का, एक दूसरे को करने का. देन हाउ टू स्विच द ब्रेन ऑफ? वेरियस टेक्निक्स. थोड़ा दारू पिएंगे, क्या करने को? स्विच ऑफ करने को. Various technologies. I indulge in games, I play, I forget everything, I focus, I do music. करते रहेंगे अपना खोपड़ी जब तक we are not able to come in a situation whether the smallest child can develop the trust, the faith, that I don't have to be born with anxiety, mummy kidhar hai, bang. Now many young mothers will say, itna kya hai, abhi to gayi hai idhar beta, what is there to shout? Do I have to be there all the time? Yes. Why? Because that is the brain that has been coming to us through evolution. Bang. Systematically कुछ मांग लेते हैं, कुछ स्क्रैच कर लेते हैं, कुछ आवाज कर देते हैं, मीनिंग चलो फीडिंग करो. Bang. Who knows when evolution comes, ultimately what the human brain will be like? What will we be culturally? Will we really be needing to dress up to attract somebody? Will we be really needing somebody to like me because I made them laugh, because I was good looking, because I was smart, because I was earning more? When will we develop evolution? What will be the effects of evolution? If all of us were to be able to read that story 5,000 years back, that bhashan, how would our behavior be? Would life be really so interesting? Would there be so many movies? Because if we are not going to accept, पूछो उस आदमी को जिसने मेरे हाथ पे लिखा था, सब मारा मारी, all would be all over. फिर पिक्चर में करते क्या और पिक्चर के टाइम खाते क्या? पॉपकॉर्न. Why popcorn? Picture ना, so you have popcorn. भूख लगा है क्या? Not भूख, I mean you eat something. Friends, one can go on forever because human behavior is so fast, so rigid, and continuously variable. Almost every aspect of life. Today we are just talking of a few items. But we see human relationships, humans in terms of behavior to themselves. अभी reference देख के आया है अल्कोहल. अभी हम लोग का धंधा अल्कोहल पे चलता है. The breweries, they live on alcohol. We psychiatrists live on alcohol. My Sion Hospital ward, 75% of indoor patients were alcohol. 75% at that time. मतलब all the psychotics, the aggressive, the disturbed वगैरह indoor patients are usually those who are, उनको बाहर से ही इंजेक्शन घर जाओ, क्योंकि हमारे पास यहाँ दारू वाले रखने पड़ते, उनको दारू से दूर रखने के लिए. Life would be vastly different if I could be happy without alcohol, if I could be happy with other methods, even a cricket match. But cricket match के बाद में, and in case it is at night, you should see men sitting to enjoy a cricket match at home. 4 आदमी बैठ जाएंगे, चला चला चला, तू काढ़ तो. क्रिकेट मैच देखने का ये क्या दे? But that is the method. Otherwise, how can we be disinhibited? How can we say, yeah, unless we have taken? Otherwise, we are inhibited. We are in control. Somebody has to decontrol. सीखेंगे, कभी न कभी सुधरेंगे, कभी न कभी it won't matter. बॉस ने ऐसा बोला, बॉस ने ऐसा बोला. सबको एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. 2 क्लार्क बैठे, बड़े साहब आके फायरिंग देते. दिन भर बैठे रहते, गप्पा मारते, काम धंधा कुछ नहीं करते, फुकट का पगार खाते, सालों को निकाल देना चाहिए इनको सब. एक बोलता है मर मरते हैं, सड़ेला पगार, बाप ने इंजीनियरिंग नहीं भेजा, मेरा किस्मत ही ऐसा है, सड़ते रहूंगा, क्या मेरा लाइफ है. The other one goes to the canteen and tells his friends, आज साहब से दूर रहने का, घर में बाम्बू खा के आए, अपने को लगा रहा है, दूर रहने का साहब से. Event is the same. It is possible to develop the software that nobody matters. Nobody is important except my khopdi. It is possible to get back health. But the systematic training that one brain has given to the next, to the next, to the next. So many IIT, IIM I get. Supreme brains. I don't know, somehow this time when I did the presentation, nobody clapped and nobody asked me questions and the boss only ignored me and they went to the other and I don't think I'm really keeping up to the mark and I don't think I'm achieving that much. Kisne bola kya? No, nobody has to tell. They don't know details about my work. I know na what it should be. अपने आप बैठे ही खुद का policeman. I tell all parents, if your child is coming in the top 3 in a school, take away his book. नहीं तो खोपड़ी में बैठ जाता है. I was the topper. When they come to medical college, I was the topper in school, but now actually because, these subjects actually, because I was good in maths, no, because, it is not important. Then what is important? My khopdi feeling good is important. थोड़ा कमती, थोड़ा ज्यादा मार्क अपन टाइम से निकल गए, पास हो गए, थोड़ा खाने को टिकाने मिल गया. But they have got a bigger car and they've got a bigger house. And these Bombay people, they are always showing off. And in the conference also, they get better chance. And we from this town never are involved. कहाँ भी, किधर भी, let us evolve. We wait, nature will bring us, update it a little. क्या महत्व का है, क्या अनमहत्व का नहीं है, किसके ऊपर खोपड़ी का खर्चा करने का, where are we wasting neurotransmitters? Till that time, my brain is the slave and my system, poor thing, is a slave. Abhi so many people, acidity, acidity, acidity. They go to the gastroenterologist, देते हैं 2 बार 3 बार स्कोपी किया, ऊपर से किया, नीचे से किया, and फिर मेरे पास भेज देते, संभालो इसको. नहीं मला एसिडिटी, दुसरं काही त्रास नहीं है, ऐसा काही मी काय दुसरा एसिडिटी. इतना भाषण देना पड़ता है मेरे को. मेरे धंधे में इट इज ओनली अबाउट सेलिंग द प्रोडक्ट. दवा लिखने को 1 मिनट लगता है. एसिड किधर से तैयार होता है? स्टमक से. स्टमक से आप में, जानवर में, सब में एसिड होता है. बट एसिड का कानून है, खाना दिखाई दिया, खाने का स्मेल आया, ब्रेन से सिग्नल आता है सलाइवरी ग्लैंड, थूक तैयार करो, खाना आ रहा है. ब्रेन से सिग्नल आता है स्टमक को, एसिड तैयार करो, खाना आ रहा है. किसी कारण से रॉन्ग सिग्नल आता है, कोई खाना नहीं, कोई स्मेल नहीं, जबरदस्ती सिग्नल आता है, एसिड बनता है, नथिंग टू डिसॉल्व, इट बर्न्स द लाइनिंग. पण माझा एच पायलोरी असू शकतं का? कहां खर्चा करूं? बिकॉज आई हैव रेड अप, इट माइट बी एच पायलोरी. मैं बोलता है डॉक्टर को पैसा देते उसको खर्चा करने दो ना, पढ़ने दो ना. No, but I like to know, I really like to know, I understand, because nowadays sometimes what happens, doctors don't listen and they are not very careful, and I think he was busy on the phone. Everywhere it is khatra, danger, dhoka, savdhan. The brain which cannot relax, the brain which cannot trust, the brain which cannot believe, the brain which has not evolved. Let's wait for someday, टेक्नोलॉजी से या कुछ समझ से या कोई पर्टिकुलर मूवमेंट से अपना खोपड़ी को स्विच ऑफ करने का तरीका आ जाएगा. Then I don't have to feed this brain with Shrikhand. I don't have to feed or give it joy, create positive chemicals by producing joy this way or that way or the other way. Thank you.